Welcome everyone to Remote Transmission on IPMNation.com on the IPMNation.com live channel. Just after 11 p.m. here on the East Coast, we are at Essence Wellness Studio in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, 832 Elm Street. And I'm sitting here with the guys from Jamantics. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
Am I saying it right? Is it Jamantics or is it Jamantics or...
You know, as long as you don't say the Jamantics or the Jamanities or the Genetics or, you know, any of the other things that people have tried, I'd say you're fine.
Okay, good.
We've had so many mistakes on our name, it's incredible.
Really?
Oh my God.
Well, let's start over here. If you can each tell us who you are and what you do in the band.
I am Eric Reingold. I play bass along with, messing around with other instruments, whatever I can get my hands on, sometimes hand drums or whatever.
Sure.
He's a mean beatboxer as well.
Sometimes.
And I'm Jordan Tyrrell Wysocki. I'm the fiddle player and occasional mandolin player.
Okay.
Lucas Gallo, I play acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, but he also does a lot of other things in the band, such as sound and managing emotions between band members. He's really good at that.
It's a very important job.
Yeah.
It's a balancing
Yeah,
act.
he's a big shoulder for us to cry on.
Oh,
really.
okay. Okay. That's important. Is it only the three of you, or are there more people in the band? Or?
There's two other guys. We've got our lead singer and drummer is named Maceo. And then we've got a lefty lead guitarist named Freeland Hubbard.
Oh, okay. So you're 6 pieces total?
Five piece. The lead singer and drummer are one and the same.
Oh, gotcha.
He's a multitasker as
That's
well.
unusual. And where are they this evening?
California. So that's
all right.
Yeah. You couldn't quite make the trip.
I understand. Well, maybe they'll sign into the chat room. Do they know this is happening, or is it kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing where just say, they're in another state, screw them.
Well, we'll find out if they like us or not, I guess, if they sign on.
There we go. Have you guys been around for a while? It seems like I've been hearing the name for a while now.
Couple years.
Yeah, maybe just under 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Around the 2 year mark.
Yep.
We like playing Manchester. We're here in Manchester right now, and we've come to Manchester a little bit. We've started playing at the Shaskeen, which is right down the street in Manchester. I don't know from where we are now, but cool place. And we played the Chili Fest a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
That was a great show, and we started off right when we got started. We started playing Millie's, which was great.
Are you being sarcastic?
Only a tiny bit. Only tiny. Wait, I can't badmouth any bars.
No,
Lucas is telling me that. Lucas
see,
is
now
not-
I want to hear the
Lucas is
story.
telling me not to badmouth any bars. No, yeah, we had a great time over at Millie's. Played there a bunch of times and loved it. The end.
we had a lot to learn as a band when we were playing there. We've had definitely a good time with the Shaskeen recently as our Manchester venue.
Yeah. Was Hammer working the door at the Shaskeen?
I don't think so. Or
He
was
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yep.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We knew Hammer originally from Muddy River Smokehouse.
Okay,
Which
yeah.
used to be in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
He used to run the show down there, run booking or whatnot for them. So we met him down there. He's a good guy.
Absolutely. I've worked with him on a couple of radio shows, and actually most of what I've learned about internet radio, I learned from him.
Yeah.
So, do you have, have you guys recorded much? Do you have a full-length disc out, or what's your situation as far as recorded material?
We are, right now we're releasing an EP called World of Make Believe.
Okay.
And previous to that, we've released 3 or 4 live EPs, samplers. We did a kind of a 4 seasons sampler, spring EP, summer EP, etc.
Really?
Of live tracks. And we...
If you go on archive.com, is that where you're...
Archive.org, yeah.
.org.
Started over.
We, I think we find it hard to capture the live energy that we have at a show in the studio. And so I personally like to refer people, there's a website, archive.org, it's the live music archive, and they can just search for Jamantics.
Huh.
And I believe right now we have about 17 or 18 shows up there.
Oh, wow.
Full live shows from anywhere from Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom to the Shaskeen, to Capitol Center for the Arts in Concord.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been a pretty lucky band in that like we've met people and become friends with people who have the ability to come and record us.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
so,
yeah.
it makes it easy for people to find our music online. I mean, if you search for Jamantics, you'll come up to archive.org.
Yeah.
It's also cool because you get that essence of the live show that you can't get with the studio track.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
And
That's
the
very
other,
cool.
The other fun thing about Archive, and this would be the case with, there are probably thousands of bands up there. You
Yeah.
can find all these live shows for free that you can download, and it's sort of a luck of the draw kind of thing because they're live and because
Right.
they're not produced. Sometimes you get bad shows, sometimes you get good ones. So we certainly have some bad ones. We have some good ones. So
Yeah.
it's but it's kind of it's a cool website. Definitely, it's a cool resource for people who are into live music.
Yeah, I was not aware of it, but that's interesting. Do you guys play a lot? Do you guys play a lot of shows?
Yep. We
We
stay
did.
as busy as we can.
Yeah.
I think it was just about 100 shows last year.
Really?
Yeah, and we're hoping
Just-
to keep that up for this year as well.
I don't know, whatever.
Yep.
Do you guys get out of state a lot? Do you do a lot of touring outside of the area?
Yep. We try to hit all of New England. We hit 6 states last year. Hopefully, we can expand that this year. And really loving doing the festival thing in the summertime.
Sure.
So we like to get out there and play every chance we can and everywhere we can.
You mentioned the Capitol Center in Concord.
Yep.
Was that what kind of situation was that? Were you opening for someone?
We did a show. They have a Spotlight Cafe in the Capitol Center.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's under the main stage. It's now a separate stage that they've opened
Oh, okay.
up
Right.
to more local musicians. And we split the bill last time with a group called Darlingside out of Massachusetts, which is some of actually Jordan's younger friends from not younger friends but friends from a
Friends
younger
from
time
when we were younger.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're a great band.
and they're
Really.
incredible. And we had a great time splitting the show with them. It wasn't so much a case of opening for one for the other.
Sure.
It was splitting a show with them, and it was a great time. And we like the Capitol Center.
Yeah. That's a great place. I haven't seen that other stage yet. That other room yet.
If you've walked into the Capitol Center, you've seen it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, is it on the lower level
Yeah.
where you first walk in, where
Yeah.
it used to be a foyer?
Yeah,
And
basically
there's a wall that comes
they,
down.
they have
Oh,
they have
okay.
a removable wall there that they just basically
Oh,
remove,
okay.
and that opens up basically a stage.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
So you have seen it, even though
I
you
have,
haven't.
yes.
Yeah.
How do you guys describe your sound? What do you do? How do you describe your
Fine Gold?
Techno country funk grass is one of the original things that somebody might have been me said it about the band.
Is that hyphenated or what?
Actually, I think there's periods after each one.
Okay.
Techno country funk grass is hyphenated. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
Um,
good.
It's hard because each of us have like such a different background. I mean, we have a fiddle player who's been playing since what you were 4, 7, 8
Close.
years old,
Yep.
whatever.
Since you were very young.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I should have phrased it. I mean, everybody has. I probably should go into explaining each person because I did that with you, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
But everybody has such a different background, and it's a very much a combination of musical genres, which is cool.
Sort of funk meets jazz meets pop meets kind of jam band stuff. We like
Yeah.
to jam things out a little bit, but I don't think we're really a jam band per se because we have a little more structure. So and then you mix in a little bluegrass and kind of an Irish influence and
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually no techno.
and no
Okay.
techno
Yeah.
or country really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much you just lied was what we're getting at.
That was
there.
our plan to come here and lie.
But we do, our covers. We try not to do too many covers, but the covers that we do, which are sort of in line with the rest of our sound, or
Yeah.
stuff between Grateful Dead and Allman Brothers. Mo, maybe there's some influence there.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel.
Really?
We do
Yeah,
like to do
yeah,
a cover of
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Very cool. How many originals do you guys have? Do you think?
Oh, I think we're topping 70 now.
Wow.
70 to 80.
Really?
Yeah, I think the last count was in between 70 and 80.
Yeah.
Because everyone in the band had been playing for so long before we came together, everyone had a lot of their own material to bring in and kind of put on the table.
Yeah.
So.
And we've
Yeah.
kind of, everybody's kind of brought that forward, and
Yeah,
we've put a new spin on these material that everybody has brought in and kind of made it our own as
Jamanticized.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jamanticized,
It's
yeah.
nice because there's no front man of the band. There's no one source for music writing. Maceo, who's basically the lead singer, is in the drums, who's usually in the back. So,
Right,
so we
right.
have 4 people up front, but nobody's singing except for him in the back.
Yeah.
And then everybody else does sing during songs, and everybody's writing songs too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a group effort when it comes to the musical aspect, I would say.
I think that the Hippo at one point in an article said that we were the musical version. They passed the ball around like the musical version of the Harlem Globetrotters or something like that.
That's
Which
cool.
we like to listen to each other play as much as we like to play ourselves, and I think that's
Yeah.
what he was getting at.
Yeah.
And then we tried covering the Harlem Globetrotters whistling song, but it failed miserably. Do you remember that?
No.
It was just me.
Another one of those dreams, right?
I know.
I give you credit for trying.
Yeah.
I can't whistle at all, so I'm
Yeah.
impressed that you'd even attempt it.
No, that's Andy Griffith.
So 70 tunes, and you've only been around for a couple of years. That's pretty impressive. As far as recording, I mean, with that much material, is it difficult to decide what to put on a disc when you go into the studio? And is it do you guys kind of fight over that, or
I don't think there's ever been any fighting over
cross
it.
straws, or
I think we like to pick tracks or songs that kind of capture the different aspects
Yeah.
of the music. So
And we know which songs are our
yeah.
stronger songs.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
we'd like to record songs that everybody has a little cool part, not one that
Right.
highlights one person.
right?
And we can sort of gather from talking to fans as far as what their favorite songs are. We try to keep that in mind. There's certainly songs that come up in every show that we play, and then there's
Yeah.
some that only come out once a month and that sort of thing. And
Yep.
so we like to mix it up and keep it fresh for everybody.
yeah, we never play the same night or the same set twice. For the most part, we try to write every show individually. We each take turns writing shows or sets for every live show we play. So we try to keep it as fresh as possible and
Yeah.
as new as possible for everybody that we're playing for.
We
Yeah.
have the drummer calling right now. I don't know if you guys want to have Maceo answer and put him on speakerphone.
Oh,
Have
no
you-
kidding,
Have
yeah.
you ever done that before?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's do it.
We actually do call-in shows. I just wasn't expecting anyone to actually call. But that
Maceo,
works.
maybe Maceo, you're our first caller. I'm sorry? Oh yeah, you get it. Turn the radio off in the background and listen to us now.
Yeah, we're on a delay, so
There's a 7-second delay. Are we allowed to swear?
actually yes.
Oh, fuck yeah!
It's internet radio, so you can say whatever you
Hey
want.
Maceo, we can swear.
What? You can swear?
Yeah.
You just made Reingold's night.
That's great.
Okay, well, good talking to you. Okay, see ya.
Enjoy California.
That was Maceo.
Yeah, thanks for
Yep.
being with us, Maceo.
Yeah.
It's good to have you.
I'm sure you could really pick up on his golden pipes. The strength of his vocals
Yes.
really well evidenced there.
Yes, absolutely. Is that where he's from, California? What's he doing out there?
He's vacationing, I think.
Oh,
I think he has family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
he's out there getting sun,
Good time of year to go.
getting sun and
Yeah.
drinking beer. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relaxing, shedding some wintertime blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving the rest of his band here in New Hampshire
Right.
to freeze their balls off. I can say that.
Right.
You can say balls. I think you can say balls on FM radio now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least after 10 o'clock. Yeah.
They
You
gave me
opened up a
they
whole
gave me a
can of
dirty
worms,
look last
man.
time I did
A
that.
whole can of worms.
So when you guys play, do you play the whole night when you go out to play a show?
Depends on the venue, but usually our average show is probably 3.5 hours. We usually do 2 sets, so we'll play about an hour and a half and take a little break and then hop back up and finish it out with another hour and a half.
We
Yeah.
actually have a show coming up at Crotched Mountain from
9 to 12.
9 to 12, and then we're traveling however many hours, like an hour and a half,
yeah.
to play a show from 3:30 to 6 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, that should be a pretty cool show.
Where's that?
It's actually a friend's party.
It's a special. It's called the Ballers Ball. It's a
Okay.
special wintertime event to raise money for a production company that we're friends with.
You can find it on Facebook. You're invited, internet listeners, if they're.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's donations. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of bands
Yeah.
playing it and stuff. And we like to, as far as playing with other bands, I think specifically when we do our play in Concord hometown, we always like to keep it fresh there and invite usually somebody or some act or something like that different to come and play, open up for us
Yeah.
when we do something like that. This
Yeah.
month we have an acoustic duo called Last Day Alive that's
Oh.
pretty intelligent. We've done DJs in the past
Really? Yeah.
to come, kind of get the mood set and whatnot. So we have a lot of fun with that.
Do you guys find that because what you're doing is unique, do you find that you often have to, and probably enjoy doing it this way, but you have to play with other bands and jump on other shows where, it's different? Like you said, you've had DJs and...
Well, yeah, I think that if we were to play with a band or split a bill with a band that was exactly like us, it would be boring for everybody. So
Right,
it's
right.
nice to mix it up a little bit. And we played with I'm blanking on the name of the band that at the Stone Church recently in Newmarket.
Truffle.
Thank you.
Okay.
They were
Yeah, they've been around for a
fantastic.
long time.
I was going to say, yeah, I've been hearing that name forever. I've
Since
never
the
seen
80s,
them,
I
but-
think.
Yeah.
They were great, and their style was very different from ours. So it was really cool to kind of get our crowd in their show, and then be in front of their crowd as well. It was
Yeah.
there's always kind of a nice give and take with that sort of thing.
What's the most unique show that you guys have done, would you say, where it was really like you ever play with any metal bands or
Millie's.
gangster rap?
Millie,
or-
I think we did play with a metal band at Millie's.
A couple.
We've got we're splitting a bill with a bluegrass band called Yarn at the Stone Church.
Yep.
In
Oh,
a month
Yarn.
or so.
Yeah, we play them on IPMNation.com.
Yeah, in,
Oh,
in,
nice.
Yeah.
in April we'll be playing with them.
Oh, very
at the Stone
cool.
Church. In March we'll be at the Stone Church with a band called the Fiends, which is a kind of a
Oh, yes.
You know the Fiends?
You know the
Yes,
Fiends.
I saw
Nice.
them in Boston
yeah
Nice.
at McGann's.
yeah we're on the both on the same entertainment company, 3 Entertainment.
Oh, very cool.
And they're a lot of fun. They've kind of got like a funk hip hop
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel going.
And that dude can dance.
Yeah, and
For a white guy, he can dance.
absolutely.
Since you asked that question, it was like, what was your most unique show? Was that part of the question?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some of our unique shows, and one show we played in Boston. Actually, maybe the Fiends were there. I'm not sure, but we got to start a little bit early because one band didn't show up, and the fire alarm went off, and they couldn't shut off the fire alarm for like 45 minutes, and so we just went with it. But looking back, we should have found what key the fire alarm was.
It was in E.
Yes.
Was it in E?
You did
It
find
was in E.
Obviously, it was in E. We should have done something. We should have done a 45-minute jam in E to the
Right.
fire alarm.
Right.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. But that was one of the more.
But we've
unique
done
shows.
lots of fun, unique, I would say, stuff between
bonfire parties in the middle of winter.
We played a bonfire party last year in the middle of winter where they built 15 feet, 20 feet tall bonfire
Yeah.
that they lit with a blowtorch as we were playing. That was a lot of fun. So I think any band runs into lots of unique experiences,
Sure.
which makes it so much fun.
Yeah. Have you guys all, I assume it sounds like you're all experienced musicians. You've all been in other bands prior to this one, I assume?
Yep, I think just about everybody in the band has.
I was brand new to playing music when I
Except
joined
for
up
him.
with these guys. I've been playing bass for a long time, but
Yeah.
this was really the first band. I was in a band called
Really?
Stinkfinger in college.
Stinkfinger?
Yeah,
That's a great
but we
name.
just really just got together and told dirty jokes. That
Right,
was
right.
That was about the extent of it.
A lot has changed, obviously.
in music form. Yeah, but these guys have taught me a ton about playing music. Everybody in the band has been in former bands before this, and
Yeah.
some bands are still going on the side as well. But I feel like I've grown a ton because I've had to catch up to get to near where these guys' levels are.
Yeah.
I'd say Reingold won the most improved medal for everybody in
Thanks.
this
Very
band so
cool.
far.
Good.
Most improved
good.
metal player.
Exactly.
Nice, thank you.
Perfect.
If only I had hair.
So now, how did you guys get hooked up with? What's the name of the company? Is it 3 Live?
3 Entertainment.
3 Entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's JR's company. Your
Yes.
manager. Okay.
JR is our manager. He runs 3 Entertainment. I was doing the I guess kind of, if you want to say loosely, managing or running
Absolutely,
or
yeah.
booking.
Take the credit, dude. You were doing everything.
when we started out, and it got to a point where I just couldn't really juggle all of what was going on, and definitely needed some assistance. And through a mutual friend, they had kind of suggested us to JR and JR to us, and so it kind of got to that point where it had just become a little bit too much for me to handle all on my own. And so we kind of contacted JR and put it out to him, and ever since then I think we mesh really, really well. His personality kind of just goes right with the personalities in the band, and we all just have a great time. We're all, love music, and we all love playing music. JR's also a DJ, and
Yeah, I know he works for HEB.
yeah, and he also spins gigs himself.
Oh, cool.
Does
Okay.
DJs gigs himself,
Yeah.
and I think because of all of that, we just all work really well together and have kind of the same vision for, where we want to go and how we want to get there.
That's very cool, and it says, I think it says something very positive about what you guys are doing. Whereas you've only been around a couple of years, as you said, but for someone like JR to take you on, and represent you with his company, whereas you've only been around for such a short time, he obviously has a lot of confidence in what you're doing and where you're going. So that's really cool.
We'd like to think so, anyway.
Yeah.
It's great to have him on board, definitely.
Yeah.
To have it sort of an outside ear, and at least originally an outside ear, to come in and say, what you guys are doing is working, and we obviously would like to think that amongst ourselves, but to have that reaction from him, and also just from a sort of the growing fan base, which it's always a great feeling to look out and see people out there who haven't heard your music before, or maybe who were there at the show last month and they remembered and came out again this month. It's sort of grinding away at it one gig at a time, and sort of a kind of a grassroots band, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Techno funk grassroots.
Right.
Hyphenated.
Yeah.
Hyphenated.
Yes.
With periods.
Yes, with periods.
Semicolon.
Smiley face. Perfect.
And does he give you guys a lot of input as far as anything creatively, or is it mainly just the business end of things?
He tells us if we suck,
Yeah. Well, that's useful.
good way to put it.
which is good.
Yeah.
You guys suck right now.
I think JR, he has the confidence in us that what we do creatively is he's confident in what we're producing creatively for music, and knows or has the wherewithal to trust what we're doing.
Yeah.
And he does what he's got to do, and we take care of what we got to do, and we get together and have a good time and share everything. And
I would think that if we took a huge misstep creatively with our creativity, that he would let us know. But for the most part, he kind of leaves that to us.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
And what about are you guys on any kind of a record label, or is it all DIY? Or?
Yep. Right now, it's do it yourself. Definitely. We're like Jordan said, grassroots. I mean, I think it's one of the best ways to go. I don't know necessarily that being on a record label would. I feel like it might restrict some of the freedom that we get by doing it yourself.
We're in a kind of a good time period right now, meaning the 21st century, in that it's really easy to get our music out there because of things like the internet, but it's also much harder to get found because there's so many other bands that are putting their stuff on the internet. So it's very easy for us to get recorded and get on archive.org. So it makes it easy for our fans or people who have just heard us to look us up and find us online. So it helps us in that way, and yeah, we don't have a record label.
Right. but you're right, and in this era, you don't really need one. You can do it all on your own, and there there are downsides too to signing with the label. You know, we've all heard the horror stories.
Sure,
you know, you sign, you record, and then they never put it out. And then, you know.
I mean, the suitcases full of money are always good. But
Right.
I have that at home anyways.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, see, now you can start a label for everybody.
perfect.
There you go.
You can be the label.
His eyes just lit up. I don't know if the listeners can see this. But.
So how many? Oh, we have chat room activity.
Oh my
boy.
God.
Finally. Oh no, it's Trish. Just saying that. Don't be shy. You can participate and ask questions. Good initiative, Trish. We have a lot of listeners. It's nobody's talking. So, how many songs do you guys have online that you've recorded? I mean, out of 70 tracks, I mean, have you actually recorded all of them in a studio? Probably.
As far as
Probably
studio
not.
tracks?
Yeah.
No.
We have about 7 studio tracks, which is the 3 that we recorded. Right when we got started, we fell into I think a kid who was at the Boston recording school.
Yeah.
And wanted to record us for credit.
The art school.
Which was a great in because it was it helped him credit wise. It helped us recording wise, and it was a nice look into like this is what you could be working with once you maybe make it because it was all like top of the line recording studio equipment.
Yeah.
And so we recorded a few songs with him, and then just recently we recorded 4 songs with Indie Fair Studios. Which is also Thumbprint Studios.
Used to be.
Thumbprint
Formerly,
Studios.
yeah.
Formerly, the artist formerly known as Thumbprint. Thumbprints.
So as far as studio tracks, there's probably just that 7 or so, and then for the live stuff, I mean that's where most of the the volume of the recorded music that we have, and it is probably most of the songs that we have ever performed are somewhere on archive.org.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say almost all of our originals have been
somewhere
recorded.
Yeah. Very cool. And do you have? I think we touched on this earlier, but just to clarify, are you recording now? Do you have a release coming up that's in the works? Or?
It is already recorded and will soon be out. Hopefully
great.
within a week or two, we'll have the.
okay, coming right up.
The
then.
artwork is getting done right now, and then it's going to get pressed, and then it'll be out. So very soon. It's called World of Make Believe.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
it's those tracks that we forgot to bring you.
Yes. That's all right. We'll get something up here soon. And is that an EP?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. How many
is an EP.
tracks?
4.
Is it 4 on there?
Okay. Okay. Very cool. And where is that studio that you said you?
Londonderry.
It's in Londonderry. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Highly recommended for anyone who's
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Shameless promotion for Art Murphy.
Art
He's a
Murphy's
great
great, yeah.
tech.
Oh yes.
You know Art Murphy.
What band was Art in? Or maybe he still is.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago. I'm talking like 10 years ago when I met him.
I'm drawing a blank too.
He was in a jam band, right? Is it the same Art?
He was in a band.
We don't really know him in the musician capacity because he's been our recording engineer.
Yeah.
So I knew that he was in a band, but I didn't know.
I know it's
Can't come
hard.
up
You
with a
meet
name.
so many people in this business, but I know Art, and I remember he was in a band, and I don't remember what it was. But this was, like I said, this was like 10 or 12 years ago. But anyway, I digress. But so where do we find you guys online? Other than you mentioned archive.org, but
Yeah.
I assume do you have an official site?
Jamantics.com.
Yep.
Jamantics.com.
Yep.
Facebook, you can search for us on there. ReverbNation.com /Jamantics.
Yeah, we have a pretty good internet
Yeah.
Presence.
presence.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is critical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jam-based
absolutely.
MySpace.
Yeah, we're on all the major music finding sites and a lot of the non-major music finding
Yeah.
sites.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can search for Lucas Gallo, but you will find porn,
Uh-huh.
and it's really dirty.
Was that's a. See, that joke didn't really fly because no one laughed because Lucas is just giving you an evil glare right now.
I'm
so.
laughing. Well, he's a teacher as
Oh,
well.
Well, it's not my porn.
Right. Spanish
Spanish porn, I
It's a very
think.
common porn name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Alright.
porn stage name.
Exactly.
Where's the name come from, by the way? Who came up with the name?
Oh.
It was we were having trouble coming up with one, so we after a couple shows in a row we did a suggestion box for our fans and friends, which it was mostly our friends at that point because no one really knew who we were, and they dropped in a lot of suggestions, and I think that was the one that we came up with.
Or it could have been aliens.
Well, aliens obviously contributed to the suggestion
Right.
box, so
Right.
yeah.
That would make a better story.
Yeah, I blew it. I'm sorry, guys.
Maybe.
We were gonna say aliens, and then I just
Maybe
I
I'll-
think,
proof just.
I think part of it was we had a really horrible band name that will never be repeated.
Oh, come on.
When
I
we
love
started,
rejected band names. Please.
It's not even a funny band. It's just a bad band name. When we first got together, and I think it was Maceo too who came up with a list of various names.
Yeah.
Rheingold came up with some. I believe the
Pages of names.
Really?
All of which were
Pages,
rejected,
yeah.
by the way.
Really? Yeah. Do you remember any of them?
5 Guys with Lube.
the hot. What was the hot sauce experiment? The amazing hot
The Amazing Hot Sauce Experiment?
That was
Wow.
one of them. Yeah.
That got shot down.
So what ended up happening was we 2 words got put together. Jam, like jams.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's confused with like jam band, but we looked at it as more as like playing jams, kicking the jams, that kind of
Right,
stuff.
right.
I always thought it was about blueberry jam.
It was originally.
Our collective
You know.
favorite food.
We can all interpret it our own way, I
Right.
guess.
And then antics. Rheingold and I like to do and get into lots of antics
Yeah,
on and
jump
off
up and
the
down
stage.
a lot. Fall off things.
Yeah.
Drink.
I
Get on each other's shoulders.
That's right. I get on
Yeah.
Rheingold's shoulders occasionally.
Knock instruments
while
off
we're-
mistakenly.
while we're playing and
Yeah.
different stuff, dancing in the audience, lots of
Yeah.
silly stuff. So we put them together, and
Okay.
Yeah.
that could have been where it came from.
Yeah.
It could have been a suggestion box.
Could have been aliens.
Could have been aliens.
Who knows?
Now you realize when I go to, I'm going to edit this when I go to upload the podcast version, and I'm just going to make it so it just says aliens. You realize?
Good.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
I may not.
I'm
do
good
that.
with that.
Sometimes I get lazy. Maybe I won't do that.
I'm okay with that.
So, what do you guys have coming up that you want to mention? Do you have some big shows coming up that you want to plug?
Yeah, we have. We play a lot, but we've been on a 2-week break, and then starting next week, next Friday, we're at the Mole's Eye in Brattleboro, Vermont.
Okay.
The 19th, we're at Panucci's in Concord, which is always a great time. It's our hometown gig, and it's always fun to rage with all of our friends and family and everybody that is in our hometown.
And we have an acoustic duo opening for us
Yeah,
that day.
yeah.
which
Last day
I'm
live.
excited to hear. I haven't heard them.
Yeah, and then the 2 following that, the 25th is Furies in Dover, which is a great venue.
Is that new?
It is. It used to be Biddy Mulligan's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it was bought about a year and a half ago.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Great.
Yeah.
I suggest anybody that hasn't been there, go there. It's a
Yeah.
great.
Good spot for music.
Great
It's huge,
place.
you know
Yeah.
the layout. It's huge
Oh, yeah.
warehouse type of place. The sound carries well, and
Yeah.
a lot of people fit in there. Good food.
And then
Yeah.
we're gonna have a fun one at Midnight Madness at Crotchet Mountain on the 26th.
Okay.
From 9 to 12.
Okay.
And then of course the Ballers Ball at 3:30 a.m. the same night.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
That it should be a good time, yeah. as
Lucas
well.
has actually memorized all of the dates that we booked for next September.
He can
So
go
if you
on.
want
Yeah.
to keep going, you will.
Yeah, I can give you dates till September if you want.
That's all right. That's all right. But we made it clear where to find you guys online. And the disc will be out, you said, in the next couple of weeks?
That's the hope.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Artwork's getting finished and then pressed, and then it'll be out. So I'm hoping. I think
And where
we're
can
hoping
people get that? Will that be in stores? Will that just be at shows?
It'll be on, I believe, if I remember correctly, iTunes
Okay.
and Amazon.com shows.
Jamantics.com. You can find them.
probably-
I have cargo pants that'll be in my pockets.
Good.
Probably.
Good. Yeah.
Hopefully, we can get it into Bull Moose Music and
Being
Pitchfork
used as
Records.
coasters.
Yeah.
And it's just $5, so it's
Yep.
it's a nice cheap little
Yep.
4-song sample.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap up?
I just want to say shit again.
Uh-huh.
on the
Just
air.
because you can.
Because I can on the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much for letting me say that.
Absolutely. You can say shit all you want.
You can edit that out later if you want.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna isolate that and I'm gonna put some echo on it.
Shit. Perfect.
It's
I
gonna
like
be
that
great.
a lot.
Yeah, that
That'll
I
be my
might actually
ringtone.
do. That first idea about editing so it just says aliens, I'm not gonna do that. But that last idea I might
Where did the
actually
name
do that
Galactics come
because that
from?
won't take very long.
I actually do want that as my ringtone.
Well, I do want to remind everybody who's listening, if you liked what you heard tonight, if you want to play this again and again and keep it forever, you can, because within about 20 minutes of getting off the air, this will be available as a podcast here on the remote transmission page. You can download it, keep it forever, treasure it.
You know we will.
Absolutely, I hope so. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Be sure to come back tomorrow night about 8 o'clock. We'll be on live here from Essence with the Eric Karen Connection. They're going to come in and play. And guys, thanks very much for being here. And
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Jamantics.com. Be sure to check that out. And also, we'll have some tracks up soon here on the site. So thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.